Far, far down in the chilly land of Snowy Bottom Island, where the ice sparkled like diamonds, and the wind whooshed like a singing whistle, lived a tiny penguin named Piper. Piper was the youngest penguin in her whole colony, and she was known for two things. She waddled faster than any penguin her size. She loved to laugh. All the time. At everything. One bright, frosty morning, Piper popped out of her snowy nest, with a squeaky, "Good morning, ice world." Her voice echoed across the glacier, and several sleepy penguins poked their heads out to shush her. But Piper just giggled and twirled around on her belly. Today was special. Today was the Penguin Parade, the biggest celebration of the year. Every part of the colony was buzzing with excitement. Penguins polished their beaks until they shined, fluffed their feathers, and practiced fancy waddles for the big march across the ice. Piper couldn't wait. She had been practicing her special move, a hop waddle slide, for weeks. It wasn't perfect yet. Actually, she usually fell over, but Piper was determined. She waddled to the center of the colony where Mr. Pebblebeak, the oldest and wisest penguin, was giving instructions for the parade. "Remember," he squawked, "straight lines, no crashing, no sliding until the whistle, and, Piper, stop spinning." Piper froze mid-spin, smiling sheepishly. "Sorry," she chirped. "I'm just excited." Mr. Pebblebeak sighed, but secretly he liked Piper's enthusiasm. Soon everyone lined up for the start. Piper stood at the very end with her two best friends, Tilly, who always wore a crooked feather on her head, and Bobber, who was rounder than a snowball, and forever slipping on his own feet. "Are you ready?" Tilly whispered. Piper nodded so fast she nearly toppled over. More than ready. The parade began with a grand honk of a seashell horn. The penguins waddled proudly across the icy plain, their little feet pattering like tiny drumbeats. Left, right. Left, right. Waddle, waddle. Waddle, waddle. Piper tried to march properly, but she kept getting distracted. First by a sparkly icicle. Then by a cloud, shaped like a fish. Then by her own reflection in the ice. "Hello, me." "Piper, focus," Bobber whispered, trying not to slip. But suddenly, crack! The ice beneath the back of the parade line trembled. A small snow bridge had begun to split. The other penguins didn't notice. They marched on proudly, flapping their wings in rhythm. But Piper, Tilly, and Bobber felt the wobble. "Oh no!" Tilly cried. "The parade will fall through." Piper didn't even hesitate. "Leave it to me," she said, puffing out her tiny chest. She waddled forward, took a deep breath, and did the one move she'd practiced but never quite mastered. The hop, the waddle, the super slee-eyed. Piper zipped across the ice like a rocket, leaving a swirly trail behind her. Penguins gasped on both sides as she zoomed by. "Slow down," shouted Mr. Pebblebeak. But she couldn't. She was too fast now. Piper slid right to the cracking snow bridge and thwump, landed belly first over the gap, holding the ice together like a fluffy penguin bridge. "Everyone cross," she squeaked, though her voice was a bit squished. One by one the penguins waddled safely over her. Tilly, Bobber, Baby Pip-Pip, Mama Wibble-Wobble, even grumpy Mr. Pebblebeak shuffled across her back. Once the last penguin crossed, Piper wriggled free and popped up like a spring chick. "You did it!" Tilly cheered. "You saved the parade." Bobber clapped. Mr. Pebblebeak waddled over and bowed deeply. "Piper," he said, "your unusual moves may be ridiculous." Piper blinked. "But today, they were exactly what we needed." Piper grinned so wide her beak squeaked. The parade resumed, but this time, Piper marched right at the front. The other penguins clapped their flippers and chanted, "Piper, Piper, Penguin Slider." When the long march ended, the celebration began. Penguins danced, played icicle drums, and slid down snow hills. Piper showed everyone her hop waddle slide. And this time, she didn't fall once. As the sun dipped low and the sky turned soft pink, Piper snuggled beside her friends and sighed happily. "This was the best penguin parade ever," she said. Tilly nodded. "And it's all because of you," Bobber added. "Yeah, you're our hero." Piper giggled. "Nah, I'm just Piper the penguin." and I like sliding," and everyone laughed together as the stars twinkled above Snowy Bottom Island, shining just as brightly as Piper's joyful little heart.